Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India, India's voice to the world. This is SportsBUZZ with me, Deepika, and coming up in the next half an hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hosts India's Paralympics contingent at his residence. Players share moments of joy, sorrow and victory. Nadal pulls out of Laver Cup due to fitness issues. Grigor Dimitrov named as his replacement. And ahead of 2027 Women's World Cup, Asian Football Confederation launches standalone Women's World Cup prelim for 2031 event. Now to begin with the top story of the day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hosted India's Paralympics contingent at his residence in New Delhi. The long interaction with all the athletes had a mixed session where moments of fun and sorrow both were shared with the Prime Minister along with unique gifts and key advices. Here's a report. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hosted India's Paralympics contingent that returned from Paris 2024 with a rich medal haul boasting a total number of 29 medals that includes 7 gold, 9 silver and 13 bronze medals. During the interaction with the Indian contingent, the players shared their experiences, exchanged gifts and also enjoyed the moment to its fullest with the Prime Minister. Paralympics gold medalist Sumit Antil dedicated his gold medal to Prime Minister Modi and thanked him for his continuous words of encouragement.
मैं back to back second gold medal है सर मेरा. मेरे को भी याद है सर जब टोक्यो में गोल्ड लेके आए तो आपने प्रॉमिस लिया था कि ऐसे ऐसे 2 गोल्ड और चाहिए मेरे को. तो ये दूसरा सर आपके लिए है.
Navdeep Singh, who bagged a gold in javelin throw, also shared his experience and said that when other players were winning medals, he got really nervous.
मैं F41 कैटेगरी में जेवलिन थ्रो करता हूं सर. दूसरी बार पैरालंपिक पार्टिसिपेट कर रहा हूं. जैसे ही मेडल आने शुरू हुए ना सर तो एक मन में घबराहट होनी शुरू हो गई थी कि सबके आ रहे मेरा क्या होगा. तो सर पर फिर भी सर जैसे सीनियर एथलीट्स थे सर जैसे सुमित भाई था, अजीत भाई साहब थे, संदीप भाई साहब थे, देवेंद्र सर थे. सबसे सर एक दिन मिलके सर एक्सपीरियंस गेन किया सर कि आप कैसा फील करते हो, मेरे को क्या करना चाहिए. और सर एंड तक आते आते सर मैं बिल्कुल फ्री माइंड होके खेलने का. वाह.
Sharat Kumar, who bagged a silver in men's high jump T63 category, said that all Paralympians always look forward to meeting the Prime Minister after the Games.
मैं एज एन एथलीट ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि जब से पैरा मूवमेंट स्टार्ट हुआ है मैं तब से जुड़ा हुआ इससे. और आज जिस लेवल पे सारे एथलीट्स हैं मुझे खुद प्राउड फीलिंग होता है इन सबको. जिस तरह सब जाते हैं, कोचेस, फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट, सब एक टीम. जब अब हम लोग बाहर जाते हैं तो इंडिया को अब ऐसे लोग देख रहे हैं कि ये पहले सोचते थे ये आगे आ सकते हैं लेकिन अब पैरा में इन्होंने कैटेगराइज कर दिया कि इंडिया एक स्पोर्टिंग नेशन ऑलरेडी है. आपसे मिलने और जाने से पहले आप जब सबसे बात करते हो और फिर आने के बाद सबसे मिलते हैं, आई थिंक सारे मेडलिस्ट, सारे एथलीट यही सोचते हैं कि हमें यही मौका मिल. सर लोग पैरा को अभी तक अपनाए नहीं जिस तरह आपने अपनाया है.
During the freewheeling conversation with the athletes, Prime Minister also shared a key message and said that specially abled persons should be treated with utmost respect.
उनकी तरफ देखने का दृष्टिकोण बदले. वे उनके प्रति सम्मान के भाव से देखे, दया भाव से नहीं. वो हमें मंजूर नहीं है. दया भाव नहीं चाहिए. सम्मान से देखे मैं तुमसे कम नहीं हूं. ये मिजाज मुझे देश में पैदा करना है.
All the athletes enjoyed this memorable visit to Prime Minister's residence, and to make it even more memorable, the players also shared some gifts with the Prime Minister as they take back home a bag full of memories and experiences with them. Sports Desk, DD India. And para-badminton player NES Kumar, who bagged a gold medal at the recently concluded Paris Paralympics, said that the meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi was very motivating for all the para-athletes. Nitesh, who's an IIT product, says IIT Mandi has played a great role in his success. In an exclusive interaction with DD India correspondent Suchitra, Nitesh dedicated his gold medal to his family.
Paris Paralympics were a historical milestone for India. India won historic gold medals, and we have one of the gold medalists, NES Kumar, with us. NES, many congratulations. If we talk about this historical achievement, how do you look at the whole journey?
It's historical for me as well, and then for the team, because when Pramod Bhaiya won it in Tokyo 2021 and then he missing out on Paris, it was an add-on responsibility and kind of a pressure for me to retain it, and then at the end achieving it and bringing back to India, it's more proud and more happy moment for all the para badminton athletes in India, that it's not a gold medal, it's a retained gold medal for India in SL3.
So how will you describe this journey of being an IITian and now being a Paralympics gold medalist?
Of course, this is also historical that no IITian has been on this position before, and I'm glad that I could do it at both the professions. But for me, badminton started at IIT Mandi, so even IIT Mandi shares credit for my achievement here today, that they supported me from the start.
And what is your family's reaction? Because they have seen your whole journey. They are your biggest support. So what do they have to say about this medal and your achievement now?
But after winning the final, when I spoke to them, they could not speak. I could not speak. We all of us had tears in our eyes, and it was a proud moment for all of us, because they have been the most strongest pillar in my journey, and they knew how tough and how struggleful this has been for me, right from the journey back in 2009 and then coming up after 15 years to being a Paralympic champion. Yeah, they know how tough it has been, and I'm proud that they have been so supportive of me during the whole journey. So yeah, I dedicate this goal to my father.
And what do you have to say about the meeting with the Prime Minister? How was it, and what were your takeaways from that meeting?
When we met him, he appreciated each one of us and our achievements and our performance, irrespective of the medal, and even if someone didn't have a medal. So yeah, but it was very, very motivating for all the athletes that the Prime Minister is himself appreciating, and it was a very overwhelming moment for all of us, because he made us feel very special and homely at his residence, and it was very inspiring for all of us.
Thank you so much for talking to us. So IITian turned Paralympic gold medalist NES Kumar dedicates this gold medal to his family, and he has to say that he is really happy after meeting the Prime Minister, and the meeting was very motivating. With camera person Manmohan, this is Suchitra for DD India in New Delhi.
Moving on to athletics update now. Brussels Diamond League final will feature India's two-time Olympic medalist Neeraj Chopra along with Avinash Sable in action at Belgium starting Friday. Now, this is the first time that two Indian athletes will compete in a Diamond League final. Neeraj Chopra won the Diamond League final back in the year 2022 and finished at the second spot in 2023. In Diamonds League javelin throw event, the 26-year-old finished fourth in the overall standings. On the other hand, steeplechaser Avinash Sable's event starts on the 14th of September, while javelin superstar Neeraj Chopra's event is scheduled to take place on 15th September. Sable finished 14th in the Diamonds League standings in 3,000 meter steeplechase event. However, 4 athletes who finished higher were ruled out of the tournament, helping Sable enter the top 12. On to chess now. Chess player Donmaraju Gukesh Gukesh led India to another 3-0 start in the second round of the Chess Olympiad at Budapest in Hungary. Now, Gukesh's triumph over H. Stephenson of Iceland ensured back-to-back victories. The Indian men had little to worry against Iceland, as Gukesh emerged as the player to watch out for, showcasing his growth as a true master of the chessboard. Hari Krishna was the only Indian who had to work hard to secure a victory. Indian women also scored another 3.5 to 0.5 win over Czech Republic. Harika Dronavali and Vantika came up with expected victories against lower-ranked Czech ladies, but Tanya Sachdev had to be satisfied with a half point. On to cricket now. The one-off test between Afghanistan and New Zealand was washed out on Friday after 5 days of continuous rains. It is just the 8th test in history to be abandoned without a ball being bowled. Afghanistan, adopted home ground at Greater Noida on New Delhi's outskirts, has been hit by persistent rain over the past fortnight. It also forced the officials to call the match off without even staging the toss. However, there were also question marks about the venue, which was hosting its first ever test and has only basic drainage system and facilities. The last time an entire test match was washed out was back in the year 1998 when New Zealand hosted India and tuned in. Team India squad featuring stars like Rishabh Pant, Jasprit Bumrah and Virat Kohli arrived in Chennai ahead of Bangladesh Test series. Team India is all set to begin their red ball schedule with the Bangladesh Test. After coming off from a loss against Sri Lanka in ODIs, the men in blue will be determined to brush off the losing spell and attempt to deliver their best in Test cricket. India's ultimate aim will be the World Test Championship final, and their campaign to earn a spot in the final begins with this particular Test series against Bangladesh. Staying on cricket, Ireland have named their limited over squad for the upcoming series against South Africa in the United Arab Emirates. Paul Stirling is set to lead the T20I and ODI squad for the series, which will mark the return for Irish to white ball cricket after their ICC Men's T20 World Cup campaign. Ireland selector Andrew White stated that the centre point of the series will be to explore the top order of the T20 squad. Moving on to tennis courts now, Rafael Nadal will not compete at the upcoming Laver Cup next week in Berlin. The Laver Cup named world number 10 Grigor Dimitrov as the replacement for Team Europe in place of Nadal. Now he will join other stars including Carlos Alcaraz and Daniel Medvedev. The Laver Cup pits European team against a world team. John Borg and John McEnroe will captain the two six-player squads as they have in all the 6 previous editions done so. Well, Nadal missed virtually all of the 2023 season because of a hip injury and has only taken part in one of the last 7 Grand Slam events. The competition takes place between September 20th and 22nd. Rohan Bopanna is all set to team up with Ivan Dodig for China Open and Shanghai Masters in the absence of his regular partner Matthew Aibden, who is busy with the Davis Cup. The 44-year-old, who's cracked several records in the past 12 months with his partner Matthew Aibden, will now play China Open starting from the 26th of September in Beijing and Shanghai Masters from the 2nd of October with 39 years old Dodig. Dodig has an individual doubles ranking of 25. Matthew Aibden, who is set to miss these events due to the Davis Cup, will reunite with Bopanna after Shanghai Masters. And now in Sports Buzz, let's take a look at other updates from the world of soccer now. In a major announcement, Asian Football Confederation confirmed that the Asian sides will qualify for 2031 Women's World Cup via a standalone competition. Here's more. For the first time ever, the Asian sides will qualify for the 2031 Women's World Cup via a standalone competition as confirmed by Asian Football Confederation. The continent's governing body announced that it would create a 3-round preliminary competition starting in 2027 to determine the continent's qualifiers for the finals. The host nation for the 2021 tournament is yet to be decided. Participants have previously been decided by performances at the Asian Games or Women's Asian Cup, with Japan, South Korea, China, Vietnam and the Philippines joining co-hosts Australia as the continent's representatives in the 2023 edition. The new format will see the lowest ranked teams feature in the opening round to determine qualifiers for a 24-nation second phase, which will include the continent's top 8 sides. Teams will then be divided into 6 4-nation groups to face off in a single round-robin centralized league format, with the top 2 finishers advancing to the 3rd round. 3 groups of 4 teams will then compete in a home and away group format, with the number of qualifiers for the finals determined by the continent's allocation. The next edition of Women's World Cup will be played in Brazil in the year 2027, with the Women's Asia Cup to be hosted by Australia 1 year earlier, acting for the last time as the continent's qualifiers for the finals. Sports Desk, DD India. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag dismissed former United player Cristiano Ronaldo's tribe. Now, recently, Ronaldo said a Man United manager cannot say that they are not going to fight to win the league title or the Champions League. Ten Hag's side have lost their two most recent Premier League games, including a 3-0 defeat at home to Liverpool. But the manager said that the team is going in the right direction. To this, Ten Hag said that the club is in a transition period as well as dealing with injuries, but this cannot be used as an excuse.
Doesn't impact me. I know in the process where we are and what we have to do, where we are going. I have said before, we are still in a transition period. We have to integrate a lot of young players also in the team. We are still dealing with injuries. We have to bring the injuries back in the team. And before anyone thinks about excuses, no, we have to win every game. I know that, the team knows this, and doesn't matter who are available. And yeah, we will focus on every game and have in every game the mindset we have to win.
Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta signed a new 3-year contract, the Premier League club announced on Thursday. Now, the 42-year-old Spaniard is likely to receive a significant raise on his current $11.7 million salary. Arteta joined Arsenal in 2019 and his previous contract was due to expire next summer. The Gunners have placed second to Manchester City in each of the past 2 seasons. Arsenal are tied for third in the early going season. In a major achievement, a football superstar Cristiano Ronaldo record-setting journey continued on and off the field. Ronaldo has now amassed 1 billion followers across social media platforms, highlighting his global significance and influence. Recently, Al Nassr striker completed a record 900 career goals during UEFA Nations League encounter. Ronaldo shared his excitement and gratitude on social media platform X. He said, and I quote, "From the streets of Madeira to the biggest stages in the world, I've always played for my family and for you, and now 1 billion of us stands together. You've been with me every step of the way through all the highs and the lows. This journey is our journey, and together we've shown that there are no limits to what we can achieve," unquote. Now, Brazilian soccer club presented Dutch striker Memphis Depay as their latest acquisition. Depay said he was rather excited to play in the country that created the concept of beautiful play. He began his career at PSV Eindhoven and has had spells with Olympique Lyon, Barcelona and Manchester United. He made 31 appearances in all competitions for Atletico Madrid last season, scoring 9 goals.
During my career, I've played left wing, I've played number 10, attacking midfielder, I've played in the striker position. Me, I'm like a 9.5. You know, I could play on the left, free. I could play in the striker. I could play behind the striker. But I like to create. I'm a creative player, so I like to get in between the lines to receive the ball or make movement behind the defenders. We will see what fits this team, what I feel comfortable with, what the coach wants. But one thing is for sure, I want to start scoring goals.
Now, the hearing into Manchester City's 115 alleged breaches of the Premier League financial regulations could begin on Monday. City were referred to an independent commission over the alleged breaches, which go back to the 2009-2010 campaign in February 2023. The club are alleged to having breached rules relating to the provision of accurate financial information. City are also charged with failing to comply with Premier League rules requiring clubs to follow UEFA's financial fair play regulations and failing to follow Premier League rules on profit and sustainability basis. Moving on, yoga has been included as a demonstration sport in the Asian Games, marking a monumental step in raising awareness about its benefits. Dr. Jaideep Arya, who's the Secretary General of Yogasan Bharat, hailed the move and praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his efforts in popularizing yoga globally.
Yoga has been included in the Asian Games in the 44th General Assembly of the Olympic Council of Asia, and right now I am joined by the Secretary General of the World Yoga, Jaideep Arya ji. Sir, a very warm welcome, a big achievement. considering the fact that our indigenous sports like Yogasana has been included in the Asian Games. So how you look this achievement?
This is a great achievement for the as a aspect of as a sport, prime sports. Indigenous games have never been recognized earlier. With the efforts of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Bhai Modi ji, Yogasana came forward right from the school games. Now it is in Khelo India, in national games, and with the support of the IUA, the OCA, Raja Randhir Singh ji, Madam PT Usha, and our sports minister Shri Mandviya ji, and Khadse Madam. We all are here. Yogasana is our culture. Yogasana is our soft sport, and Yogasana is our soft power also. More than 3 lakhs athletes are into Yogasana sports, and in 21 countries of the Asia, it is now being played. And I hope we will definitely having a roadmap to the Olympics also.
So it's not only about yoga being included there at the Asian Games, as you mentioned. First, it was in the Khelo India Games, then in the we saw the National Games too. But it's also about the spreading the Indian culture, what real India is to the world also.
Yes, yoga is basically a discipline of life, and all other games they damage the body. Somehow, this yoga as a sport not only balances the body but rejuvenate the body, and it will rejoice the body. It will give a mental happiness to the body. So all the same, our basic mission of Yogasana is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is our family, and yoga will definitely come with the peace in the community and definitely with the well-being of the people of world.
So talking about the way our PM Modi, we can say that credit goes to him, the way International Yoga Day was celebrated, and apart from that, making it is a global thing. So do you think the Prime Minister Modi is the key factor behind spreading the yoga all over the world?
Definitely, with the grace of the God and with the warm support of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Bhai Modi ji and Param Shraddha Swami Ramdev ji Maharaj, World Yogasana is just regulating this whole sport, and I believe presently we are in approximately 50 countries. It will be in more than 100 countries.
So definitely we can say that the Yogasana is not only limited to the few countries, but it is just making a stronghold all over the world. And definitely the inclusion in the Asian Games is not only about the medals, but it's also about showcasing the Indian culture, Indian heritage to the world. With camera person Saurabh, Narayan Singh, DD India, Delhi.
Now, city officials and the Los Angeles 2028 organizers drummed up support for 2028 Games with the first showing of Olympic and Paralympic flags at City Hall in Los Angeles. Los Angeles will be hosting the Olympics for a third time in the summer of 2028. The last time the city hosted Olympics was back in the year 1984. It will be the first time that city has hosted the Paralympics as well. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass pledged that 2028 edition would be a Games for all. The ceremony kicked off with the drum performance by the J-Town Taiko Club and included a demonstration of wheelchair fencing.
The Games mean an opportunity to create jobs, to support businesses, and to uplift local communities. An opportunity for us to come together, united by sport and united in pride for our neighborhoods upon which the eyes of the world will be drawn.
Now, before we let you go, here are some heartwarming visuals of a sweet gesture where Paralympians are giving gifts to Prime Minister Narendra Modi during their interaction with the Prime Minister at his residence. The gifts also symbolize the importance of this meeting for the para-athletes who say this is a unique moment of their career. Take a look. And that's all for this edition of DD India Sports Buzz. But do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download it right now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Deepika Mehto, and from all of us here in New Delhi, thank you so much for watching Sports Buzz. Namaskar.